Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Apparently I'm live now, is that true? I'm impressed. I'm just putting in what I'm doing. Ba-da-ba-dum-bum. There we go. All right, everything's happening. I wish I could get that to change. Or I don't like that. But I'm here. That's the main thing, I suppose. I'll be with you very, very shortly. Where's my chat gone? I've lost my chat. There we go. I've got chat. G'day, Ernie. G'day. Ephrapides, is it? G'day, Laz, mate. Long time no see. And Steel Wood. G'day, Rendell. How you going, mate? I'm trying to get this chat into white. I don't like this black and thingamajiggled thing. Let me see if I can change it. No, can't. Gonna have to live with it. Oh, it's all right. I'll put up with it. Well, I thought I'd finish these boxes off. So I just did a video the other day I uploaded of how to fit hinges to boxes. I had 12 other boxes to finish off. So I fitted all the hinges to them, and now I'm doing the second last preparation for the outsides of the box, and then I've got to cut the leather for the inside and put the inserts and everything else into them. It's a big day. But I thought I could go and have a grandpa nap, which I'm in sorely need of, or I can come down here and chat with you good people and get it done just as... G'day, T-Bone! How you going, Daryl? Lovely to have you on board, mate. Oh, and Louise, you're all sneaking in. Everything's good here, me dear. I hope it's all well with you too. And good on Isabel for getting the job. I think that's fantastic. Awesome stuff. She can soon start to keep you into a custom to which you would like to be. What is it? She can keep me in the custom I would like to be kept in. Something like that. All right. Oh, dear. There's been a bit of pandemonium here, but we're all getting back on track now, I think, I hope. Susie's been away for a week. That she's all back now, so it's good. But us boys survived. We did. And I think there was only one pizza bought the entire time. Hey, Steve, this is T-Bone. Yeah, no, Bob, shut Bob out. He's giving me the horrors today. He's been Bob. What can I tell you? I didn't quite get why you taped that space veneer on when you did the hinges. Can you explain it again to me, mate? Of course I will. Of course I will. Rowan, g'day, mate. How are you? We are all well. Namaste. Namaste to you too. Yeah, what happens? I haven't got any bad ones here because I'll do them bad. That camera's not in the middle. Wait a minute. Let me just. Oh yeah, no, it's in the middle. Okay, here we go. There's one here. All right, when you normally what people do when they screw a box together or put the hinges on. Have I got one here that needs stuff? I've done them all. Oh, here we go. This will do. I'll get a B box. Oh. Now these are... Oh, it's all stuck together there. Here we go. A lot of people, when they put two boxes, a lid on the bottom on the box, they actually have them touching like that, and then they will put the hinge on there like that. What happens is when they then close the box, it stays open like that. It's sprung. It hasn't got the freedom to close like that. But if you use this veneer spacer in between and gives it a little air gap, then when it comes over, it closes nice and firmly without being sprung. You'll see a lot of people, what they'll do, they'll make a box and then they'll put a clasp on it. Not because they want a clasp, but they want one on there so the box will stay shut. Whereas if you've got that little gap, what your box should do is that. Just close right up. Without that air gap, that's what happens. You're about there. So with the air gap, it'll close totally. So I hope that explains it, mate. Ah, good stuff. So this is how I finish my boxes. This used to be a trade secret, but seeing there's only family here, I'll share it with you. And it gives it a really, really nice finish. I don't like, I know what I didn't do. I don't like the toffee apple finish that if people use a really shiny, glossy finish, to me it's tacky. And the other thing is if you've got any blemishes in your work at all, if you put a high gloss finish on it, it shows up like the proverbial bits. So if you just put this nice finish on it, which I didn't, I was meant to sand this back, so I'll see how this goes, and then I'll sand back the sides. No, it's starting to look all right. This, I love this finish because it makes it look as if it's 100 years old and be really well looked after, and it doesn't look as if it just came out off the factory line. G'day, Jared. How are you, mate? G'day, all. Oh, look at that. We're getting them all in now. See this, I've got some open grain on the top, only because I wasn't going to grain fill it. It was a bit over the top for what they're for. Okay, and if I can get a nice camera shot of that, you'll see it's got a nice, quite a nice sheen to it. Wherever me thingamajig's gone. What have we got? Here we go, close up. There you go. See how that's got a really nice sheen to it, but it's not a really high gloss, and the feel on it is just absolutely gorgeous. And it's just got that well-worn sort of luster. That's the word I'm looking for, luster. Here it is before I actually do it, and it's dead flat. All right, there's nothing. So let me go back to where I was before. Oh, golly gee, it's hot. I'm just going to turn my air conditioner up. Wait a minute. I think we're in for big storms. You getting any storm action over at your place, Louise? I heard it's pretty big up in, no. It's pretty big over in, up the Sunshine Coast. There's a lot of storm action happening up there. James, hello. Oh, well, you go ahead and you cook dinner for people. I've been doing it for a week. I've been having fun, I can tell you about that. Gunda, yo, how you going, mate? Lovely to have you on board. T-Bone, things are bad here in the States. We all miss your live broadcast. Good cheer to brighten up the day, Steve. Oh, well, that's nice. I'll let the mongrel know that. I'll say, they miss you, Bob. And oh, well, why don't you have me down in the shed more often? I do, but when I'm busy, like I'm at the moment, I just want to get these jobs out. He's a pest, because he comes in, stays for a couple of seconds, then I've got to let him out. And as soon as I let him out, then he wants to come back in again. I'm rubbing this back with wet and dry, or carborundum, 2000 grit. Okay, I could go 1500, but I just, 2000 will do. And that's just giving me a really nice work surface to work on. And as you can tell, I'm spraying a little bit of water on there that lubricates the paper up a bit, and then dry it off. Oh, I will be. I think I was doing these boxes when we were doing those mammoth streams back in the beginning of the year, and then they got put off and they got put off, and now we've got to do them. So that's all right. They'll all be done by Wednesday, I hope. Anyway, in time for Christmas. I'll finish off this one, because I haven't done that yet. Normally I'd put this in a bucket, but I'm just giving it a quick spray with water at the moment, and it will do just fine. So all I'm doing is denibbing, just knocking any pointy bits off, so I've got a really nice smooth surface to burnish. And then the final bit will be when I put wax on it, but that won't happen until I've got everything else done. Once the insides have been done, the cloth inlays have been done, the leather bottom's been done, the cedar insert's been done, and I'm happy with it, then I will wax it. So there you go. It is a bit on the muggy side, isn't it? Yeah, it might be his job, but I wish he'd go on annual leave, I tell you. Oh dear. Yeah, it's extremely muggy. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. I was talking to Theo the other day. He's doing a lot of wood turning streams for record power around the world. I told him, yeah, you're the international star, mate, it's all right. I'll just be the local woodworker. Haven't caught up with him for a while. I think we must be due for a coffee. Speaking of which, I might crack a coffee out of the machine. If I can get 6 of these done, then I'll have a coffee. There you go. What's that, T-Bone? You're not a fan of cold weather, but I don't know if I could get you some. Yeah, no. I don't know where it was. Somewhere or other, it was 52 degrees yesterday. But look, I don't mind the heat. I used to, country town I used to live in, it used to get to 50 degrees quite often. And providing I started work in the workshop early enough, I could work through. Because it's a dry heat. When I go out west to get timber, I'll cut timber in 47 degrees heat. But it's dry heat. This humidity, I don't know what it is. It's got to be, that's inside, that doesn't say. But according to that, it's 28, no, it's not 28 degrees. It's 28 degrees in here, and my air conditioner is at 21 degrees. So go figure. Humidity there's 47%. I reckon it's closer to 60% outside. It is horrible. Yeah, I think I should move to the Bahamas. No, 22 to 24 degrees is what I like. I think that's nice. Hey, Derek, how are you, mate? Good to have you along. Oh, it's lovely, this. You've got no idea how comfortable it feels. Well, actually, Susie's asleep because she's getting over being in Sydney. The kids are just playing games or watching Netflix. And I thought, I've got to do this job, but I really don't want to. But hang on, if I stream, then I've got people to talk to. And guess what? I've got people to talk to. That's absolutely awesome. Anglo, greetings from LA. Love you, mate. Thank you so much. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate that too. Loxa boxes maybe are more expensive than what's inside. In a lot of cases, yes. But it all depends. These are special boxes for a Christmas present. And so it doesn't matter how much work you put into it if they're received in the spirit in which they're given. I'm happy. For people in Australia, I'm now doing more TV shows. So there you go. It's a news flash. Now got more TV shows on the go, which I'm looking forward to doing. Don't know what I'm going to do for the first one. I know, yes, my wife wants the bed. I might do I'm telling you, that air conditioner is not working. Come on, stop and start again. Let me start it again. Now it doesn't want to stop. Oh, here we go. I'm thinking I might do a dining room table. I've got a lot of nice American oak out there, but it's sort of a bit warped and cranky and weird. But I was looking on the net last night, and there was one table that I really liked, which was a medieval reproduction table, 3 metres long. I'm not going to go 3 metres. We might go 2.4 metres, which is 8 foot. And it was awesome. But it was about 18,000 pounds. So I don't know what that is. It's pretty close to $36,000 Australian, maybe 25,000 American dollars. But I did like it. And they hadn't messed around with it. They just used the timber as they found it. So that's something I am very interested in looking at. And I know you can do bow ties to hold timber together that's split, and I have done it on several pieces, but this one I was thinking if it's got splits in it, I'd like to put a bit of blacksmithing in it, make some straps and actually forge some rivets and put it together that way. I've got to sell Susie on it yet. She's not totally convinced, but I'm just bored with dead square flat stuff. I think, why not? And the chairs I'm going to do are 15th century Glastonbury chairs out of the same timber. So they'll be nice and thick and sturdy. And the great thing with that is they can't get broken. And a lot of my sons are a heck of a lot bigger than I am, and they have a tendency of breaking normal chairs. So I'm thinking if I can do that, it's a win-win. Bulgaria! Well, welcome from Brisbane. Wear a mask. No, I don't need to wear a mask in here. It's all good. I've only got myself in the air conditioner. But if you did ask, I do actually have one in the back pocket, just in case I have to wear one. That's one that Susie made. She got into making them at one stage. They flip over your ears like that, but no, I don't need one. While I'm doing this, it's all good. I guess that's the cricket, Gunda, is it? I'm sorry I don't follow the cricket, but there you go. So it looks like we're getting hammered, are we? Australia's getting thumped. Will you be giving those gifts on Boxing Day? At every livelihood. I'm just pleased they didn't specify what year, Laz. Steve, ever make any secret safe boxes like fake? Yes. Not so much fake boxes, but I do enjoy putting secret compartments in them. And I enjoy that with furniture too. I like secret compartments that you can hide stuff in. The bed's going to have a few of them. I've already designed those and measured it up for what I want it to do. So that's exciting. Well, I said good day to Earl, didn't I? I'm sure I did. There you go. Well, I did, but anyway, welcome from Connecticut, Earl. £18,000, 25. Well, there you. That wasn't a bad guess. The old brain still got a bit left in it. What station are your shows on? At this stage, unfortunately, I'm just making them for Melbourne and Adelaide. But I will, seeing I own them, I will put them up on YouTube as well. And my TV screen's just gone funny on me. Wait a minute, let me just click that back off. I just wondered why I've got a great big boom. I've got a big amplifier plugged into this because I've been listening to Fleetwood Mac. Oh, I do love Fleetwood Mac. Here we go. Let me just turn that volume down. So there you go. Don't need that anymore. Oh, I've got so all these controls. There you go. That you got to do. I did a recent stream for another company. Oh, just when you go on live, everything crashed. And I said, who would have thought a woodworker would have to be a techie as well? but apparently it goes hand in hand. Richard, g'day mate, from Jamaica. Well, I think you're my first person from Jamaica, Richard. So welcome, thanks for joining. What have we got? Next project, wooden mask. I'm sure someone's come out with a wooden mask. Okay. That's another one gone. Oh, I tell you what, this is hard work. Not as boring as putting the hinges in, but... So at the moment, these hinges have only got 2 screws in each hinge, and then when I finally put it together, I put the other 4 screws in, and then it doesn't move. As I think, I don't know if you've seen the previous video I put up a couple of days ago, you put screws in diagonally, that way you've always got new pieces of timber that you can screw into when you do your final fitting, whereas if you do all 4 screws together and, oh, cutting that one down. There we go. And you make a mistake, you can repair it, but it's just, why put yourself into that situation if you can get away without it? Where is Bob? Mate, if you got any brains, you'd be up in the house because the air conditioner's on in the house. Although it's school time, go home at the moment, and he does love going down to the back fence and barking at all the cars, so I dare say he's doing that. I did hear him a little while ago having a bit of a chat. Sir Robert, yeah. See, his real name, well, I don't know what his real name was because I got him from a pound, but originally he was Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, because he was a small pup. And then he just grew into the big mutt that he is now, so he's just Bob. He was out killing and eating lizards this morning. You give him nice food, but nah, still want to have me share of lizards. Yeah, good on you, mate. Although he's a bit like me, he's starting to slow up a bit now. How many have I done? Is anyone keeping count? Oh, no, I've got a heap to do. And what's everyone been doing? Any woodworking projects? Any new projects? By the same token, anyone that's new here, if you want to ask any questions about woodworking, I'm happy to stop what I'm doing and do my best to answer your questions or show you any bits of gear that's kicking around that you're not sure what it's used for. So just ask away. So I just had a mate call in. We were both in the army together. Oh, it's terrible when you go, nearly 40 years ago. And he just dropped in. It was like we hadn't seen each other for a week. It was really great. What have we got? Ah, Your Highness, how are you? Welcome aboard, Prunella, my love. I have missed you. You can lie and say you missed me too, if you like. Richard, I've always watched your videos, very informative and entertaining. I respect craftsmen. It is somewhat rare nowadays. Oh, thank you, Richard. I'll do that. It's like finding someone in royalty that'll talk to the common people. And there we have Prunella, Queen of the Stream, just pops up, and she is the nicest person, except for her neighbour doesn't like it. Have you no more trouble with your neighbour? And how are you feeling? Are you feeling better, my dear? You were a bit tired last time we spoke. Derek, large bird feeder. Oh, done a large bird feeder for the neighbour. In wood or steel or concrete. And T-Bone designing a prototype. Yeah, do not mention music stands. Either you can do things without a lathe, you can have all sorts. You can have towers sort of triangular with 3 uprights going into one, which is quite nice. That's what I was working on a lyre, not a L-I, what, L-Y-E-R, an L-A-I, well, yeah, L-I-R-E, there you go. Like the musical instrument for table legs instead of just a trestle table. So, yeah, let your mind run free. Oh, thanks, Munchie. Wood. Oh, good stuff. That was Derek. I've actually renewed your videos one by... Oh, you review... Well, thanks for that. There's a few there. I'm not sure if I'm over 500, but I think if I'm not, they must be pretty darn close. But I appreciate you watching them. Thank you. If you get stuck or you want to know anything, let me know. Oh, dear. Are we coming to the end? Are we there yet? See, Prunella? You love the world over me, dear. See, my channel didn't take off until you started watching it. I'm not doing this ever again, famous last words. 1, 2, 3. I think I've got one over there that's done. So we're getting there, we're getting there. Oh, that's nice, thanks, Prunella. How to lay out dovetails. Yeah, well, actually, if you go to my channel, I actually did one 2 weeks ago on how to lay out dovetails. And it takes you step by step how to lay them out, how to cut them, and also how to do them freehand if you want. Which, depending on where they're going, I don't see there's anything wrong with doing them freehand. Let me just see if I'm... Oh, is that it? That one's done, I think. Yeah, that one's done. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting there. Halfway there. The trick with dovetails is divide it up, however many you want, and then always remember to come in 1/8 of an inch from the top and the bottom, and then 1/8 of an inch either side of the mark you've got set out for your tails. That way, that will leave you enough gap between them to be nice and even. So I hope that helps. Gunda. I find the French curve template in local style scholar actually... Oh, there you go. I didn't know if I'll use... Now, I buy it anyway, because I've got a set of French curves hanging up there that I use, a fair bit. But what my favourite thing is to get a design is I just rough cut it in 3mm MDF and then sand it and shape it until I'm happy with it, then cut a ply template. And then I've got it forever, whereas if you're using French curves and you come up with a really nice design, sometimes you can't remember exactly where you started or which particular set of curves you were using. So I love templates. The video I put up the other day, I had to make a new template for setting out these hinges because I'd done 4 of the boxes, and I think that was when we were doing those marathon streams. And so in the interim, of course, I lost the template, so I had to make a new one. But we got around it and it's working just fine. I've just started woodwork. So good on you, mate. Good time to start. I wish I'd started that young. Mind you, we didn't have many tools back in those days. It would have been flint and sticks and stones. But no, mate, at 17, if you were just starting woodwork, good on you. Get into it. Watch as many woodworking videos as you can. Ruin as much wood as you can. Just learning stuff. Don't worry about making mistakes or breaking things or not having it turning out first time. Just get in there and get some experience. It's funny, I have my grandchildren living with me, and the oldest one's 16, and I take great delight whether I've been doing woodwork or blacksmithing or metalworking or welding or whatever. And he'll say, how was your day? And I'll say, disaster. I tried to do this and that broke and that didn't work out and I threw that in the bin and I burnt myself and I cut myself. But I learned a heck of a lot, so tomorrow I'm going out to give it another try. And it's amazing. I mean, if we can just encourage young people that way to know, hey, it's okay to make a mistake. Who cares? But unfortunately, I don't know about elsewhere, but the school system around here, you're meant to get it right first time even before you've tried it. And, you know, if they don't get it right, if they get it 99% right, they still get into trouble because they didn't get it 100% right. Whereas my way of looking is if you get it 60% wrong, I'll pat you on the back for getting the 40% right. We get spurred on with encouragement, but you get knocked down with criticism. Oh, I'm going to go into a rant in a minute. And that is why we're homeschooling the grandkids. Because I just have no faith whatsoever in well, I can only talk about the state schools they've been involved with, and I won't mention their names. And to me, they're absolutely abysmal. The kids would have been better off wagging school every day and learning how to play pool or something practical. And it's amazing to see that the difference that it's made to the kids. They can interact socially so much better. They're confident to do stuff. The other day when Sue was away, I said to Noah, come on, we'll cook tea. He's 15. He made pasta by himself. And how he used to break the eggs was he'd get it and go splot, and then we'd have to pull all the eggshell out and then put flour in there so we could continue making pasta. But eventually he learned how to break an egg or crack an egg without destroying it. And the great thing was he really enjoyed what he ate. Number one, because he was hungry. But number two, he cooked it. He made it. Yeah, great idea. You look at cooking, what do you get? You got science, because there's a bit of alchemy going in there. You got mathematics, because you got to weigh stuff out. You got English, because if you want to read, I didn't use a recipe book, but if you wanted to read, you've got to read a recipe book. You can go online and check stuff out. You've got to go to the shops and buy stuff, so there's a bit of financial stuff for you. And then you get to eat it, and that's nutrition, so you can write all these subjects off whilst they're cooking their own tea. Awesome. I'll have a chat in a minute. I know I'm running off at the mouth. That could do with another spray, I'm thinking. And we might put that one aside. We'll see in a minute. Have I done that one? That one's been done. That one's been done. This one's been done. Are you off, Brunella? I'm off to rehab. Got some work tomorrow. See you later, my dear. Oh, that's good, Gunda. Thank you. Yeah, but check that other video out. I think it's, if you go onto my channel, Woodworking Masterclass. By the way, if you're new and you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that very much. And the bell so you know when I'm on, because I can't tell you when I'm on. I've got no idea what I'm doing myself. I do it at school. I will be, there you go. I was told by my woodworking teacher I should get in an office because I couldn't do woodworking. I had no coordination and I wasn't good with my hands at all. So there you go. Unfortunately, he's since passed away and I can't say to him, nah, but I would love to. It's got nothing to do with talent, I can tell you now, Bede. It's all to do with desire. And you can tell your woodworking teacher he got that from an old guy on TV on YouTube. Actually one of my sons, he went to school and I was so proud because he was going to do woodwork at school. He's now nearly 40. He was going to do woodwork at school and he came back after 2 lessons. He said, no, I'm dropping woodwork, Dad, I'm doing computers. I said, why? He said, I can learn more in a weekend with you than I can in a term at school. And then I was making a claw and ball table with a eagle's claw on a ball cabriole leg. And he said, can I make one of those? I said, yeah, knock yourself out. So I showed him how to do it. He took it to school the next day and his woodwork teacher said, oh, did your old man do that? He said, no, he taught me how to do it. And the teacher said, oh, could you teach me? So there you go. Oh, dear. It's nice when you get to my age, you can ramble and everyone expects it. Oh, dear. Okay, well, I reckon I can rub those back now. Where are we up to? Oh, that's good. You stick with your dad then, Bede. I wish I had that encouragement when I was 7. Yeah, that's true, Paul. It is. But the other thing is you can learn at your own pace. I remember we had to make a lamp. I know I'm going on here, but we had to make a lamp. And I cut something the wrong way. And I thought, well, that doesn't matter. I can turn it inside out and it's like that. And the woodworking teacher went right off at me. No, you got to follow this. You got to. And yet there was somebody else that did it differently. And they patted him on the back and said he showed great creativity. I would go, well, excuse me, what's the go here? Those of you that have been following me for any length of time know that while I'm working, I make mistakes all the time and I just adjust on the run. That's all you can do. I think the biggest thing that makes things boring is you don't understand why you're doing it, or you're doing it because. If it's, oh yeah, but once you know how to do this, then you can do that. Oh, okay, give me something to aim for. So, bit like musical instruments, I suppose, T-Bone, going through the scales and everything, boring as anything. But if you get explained the importance of going through the scales and then can see what you can do with it, yeah, okay, you can do it. I remember a speaker I used to really enjoy in the 80s, a guy called Mr. E. James Rowan, Jim Rowan. And he said, you get a big enough reason to do it, you'll do it. His karate teacher said you cannot know the feeling of walking down any street unafraid. He said once he painted that picture for me, he said, I'd do push-ups, I'd do sit-ups, chin-ups, I'll go for 20-mile runs just to get that feeling. But you've got to have the understanding of what it is you're doing it for. I mean, really, I make things because I get so much pleasure out of making things, and that's the truth of it. I'm playing with epoxy at the moment on the lathe, making dragon's eggs and bowls and what have you. And yeah, I've had some horrendous mess ups, but it's all going towards learning how to do it properly and then getting the satisfaction of knowing you can do it. I've got a lot of unfinished jobs around here, and people say, oh, you don't always finish your jobs. Well, to me, it's not necessary. I want to know if I can do something. Once I know I can finish it, I lose drive or enthusiasm for it, and I would prefer to go and climb another mountain, see if I can climb that. But that's just me. Where are we? Richard, indoctrination versus education versus intelligence, experience is wisdom. Oh, absolutely. Yep. I remember seeing someone draw a parallel between educated and intelligent. And yeah, it's interesting. Don't get me started on that. Yeah, isn't that good? Yeah. T-Bone, yeah. Good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment. But isn't it sad that, I don't know, look, I reckon anyone's over 30 in the chat room, you've done some pretty dumb things, and if you're like me, you've possibly done them more than once. But you eventually learn. But now with this Care Bear, mamby-pamby, cotton wool sort of society that's being brought up now, kids of today aren't allowed, it's illegal to do dumb things. You know, we used to do shocking things. I think back and I cringe, but when we did them, we truly did not understand what we were doing. We had no concept. But to have that experience is, you know, incredible. I was talking to this army mate of mine that came around, and I remember, I'm sweating like a porky here. I remember once we were in a town of Victoria, which shall remain nameless, and we were walking through, this is a long time ago, it would have been 77, and I walked into this shop, and it was one of those shops that sell everything. They sold wood, they sold hardware, they sold electrical goods, they sold appliances, lights and everything like this. Now, whether or not I'd had a couple of beers, possibly I had, I don't know. Anyway, we were walking in the shop and there were light fittings. I've got a GoPro here. But there was light fittings hanging down from the ceiling that were for sale. And I turned around and said something to my mate. My head hit this light fitting, it smashed, fell to the floor. We bolted because we knew they were going to make me pay for that light fitting. Nowadays, you'd be suing the poor store owner and going off on stress leave because something frightened you, and we just took off. So, how things have changed. Gunda, I watched your woodworking masterclass season 1 table I'm trying to make. Oh, lovely. I would love to see it as you work through it, Gunda. And if you get stuck, by all means, drop me a message and I'll help you best I can. The other shows that we're doing are going on there as well. So onto the YouTube channel. So hopefully have a crack at a couple of other projects along the way. But thank you for that. It shows, I don't know, confidence. That's good. Paul, sometimes our mistakes become our greatest pieces of work. But yeah, I did have one here, I don't know. It's going on TV next year. It was a hexagonal box. If I find it before I finish all this, I'll show you. And what happened was, it was live. And I went over to the saw to cut something, I lost concentration, and the saw grabbed it and took a great big chunk out of the box. It was a hexagonal box. And I had to think on the feet, and I ended up making a little stand for it. And I was making two boxes, so I actually show, it's hexagonal box, I think it's on YouTube already. I show both of them, and the one that had the mess up was really, really nice. And yet, if I hadn't had that mess up, I would never have done it. And that also gave me ideas down the track for different projects where I could use stands. So yeah, don't be afraid. That's one reason I don't like doing commissions or other work for people, because they've got ideas, and like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a bricklayer, a plumber, a lawnmower, a baker. I guarantee someone will come to you and ask you to do something. They've got no concept of what's involved. Their idea absolutely sucks. And if you do exactly what they like, exactly what they wanted, they won't like it. So it's been my experience, I'm better off just doing stuff, and if you like it, that's fine. But don't go, oh, I want one exactly the same, but I want it taller, I want it fatter, I want it deeper, and I want it out of a different wood. No. If you like that one, you can have it. If not, don't worry about it. Ha-chi-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum. Where are we? T-bone. Oh, look, that's true, T-bone. It's funny in woodwork. I go back and just practice setting planes or planing wood, or, you know, shooting boards, getting it square. And two things happen. One, I can't understand why I found it so hard to do before. But two, I can't understand how come it's not as easy as it should be. Because I think what happens is your expectation increases with your experience. Therefore, what would pass as a good job a year ago, a month ago, 10 years ago, you now look at it and go, nah, I can do better than that. So you're looking for that, you know, the ultimate note or the ultimate joint or the ultimate job or finish. And it just shows you're evolving, which I think is absolutely great. I just got to try something on this because I'm not sure if this one's going to come up or not, so bear with me. Oh, where's a bit of Whoop. Up. I'm getting the white powder left in some of these places, so I just want to see if a bit of wax is going to clean it out. Boom, boom, boom. Get a bit of rag. La-da-da-dum. Oh no, that's going to be all right. So, well, that's the case in point what we're talking about. I happily doing what I was doing and thinking, whoa, that's not going to work. But it will. I'll show you what I mean. If you can see those, come here you, those white specks in there. Well, if I just rub this wax in there and really rub it home, they disappear. So, oh, that saves me a lot of time down the track. Yep, that's nice. Ah, where are we up to? Captain Ken, greetings from Texas. Mate, greetings from Brisbane, Australia, where we're melting. I reckon I could throw a paper plane and hit the sun. That's how hot it is down here at the moment. Horrible. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, baby. Only a few more to go. No, I'll keep going. Keep going while I've got inclination. Rod, g'day, mate. How are you? Thanks for dropping in. T-Bone Care Bear Society. You've not heard that one before, Daryl. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm over it. Just, anyway, I'll be nice. I promise I'll play nice. Yeah, well, that's good, because that means I don't have to talk to him anymore, Ken. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I wonder if we're allowed to say that, Ken, or if we've got to say it's been reverse flushed. Pete, I feel like my generation is quite messed up, but it's more worried about the kids younger than me. Oh, it's true. Absolutely, Bede. But as people have pointed out, it's not as bad as it was, say, 60 years ago. Or, what have we got? 1940, 60, 80 years ago. So, I don't know. I guess, from my perspective anyway, the world is always in a state of flux. It's always changing, but I don't think anything has affected my life, possibly, as much as these current fluctuations, if you like. Because it seems, and I guess with the internet and everything, if something happens on the other side of the world, well, we can hear about it instantly, whereas even 40 years ago, if something happened, you might never hear about it, or you'll hear about it a week later. So I guess that's just when you've got to run censorship in your own mind and decide a lot of things for yourself, which can make you very unpopular. But Sue and I are lucky we can live between our ears inside our own fence line. And then if I want to stick my head up above the sand, I go and stream and I can talk to all you good people. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, I don't like that. That's a bit there you going too. I'll fix that one later. There's this one. Oh, that's not too bad. G'day, Ray! Mate, long time no chat. I understand Theo finally sent you the photos of yourself and Stella and him from WA. 6 boxes coffee break. Yeah, oh. Yeah, right, he taught me. Oh, hang on, I can't because I haven't got a glass down there, I don't think. Oh, blow it. I'll tell you what, I haven't got a mug, but I do have a chocolate biscuit, so I'll have a chocolate biscuit. Oh. go in the bin. I think, hang on, I'll get you in a minute, Paul. What are we up to? Mate, I know a lot of lost people too, Pete, tell you. Oh, I'm talking everything, spiritually, morally, physically, health-wise, but anyway. Captain Steve, as for anyone saying they want something different than what I made, I simply refer them to someone else. Absolutely. Is he someone I know? Oh, you got a mean streak in you, Captain Ken. I like Jim Krenoff. He founded the school of the woodworking school of the Redwoods, or the Redwood woodworking school. If you've ever read his book, or if you want to read a really interesting book, read Cabinet Maker's Notebook by James Krenoff, or Jim to his friends. Since passed away, sadly. A friend of mine actually did his final interview for a magazine here in Australia, and I think he passed away maybe 2 or 3 days later. And she was all excited about talking to, the famous James Krenoff, and said, "Now, James," he said, "call me Jim." I thought that was so nice. Linda, I know you're not watching, but good on you, girl. I'm pleased you got that article in. That's wonderful. Paul, do you think YouTube is a good way to learn woodwork? Look, leaving myself wide open to a caning and criticism, it depends, Paul. And I'm not blowing my trumpet here. There are a couple of other good woodworkers on there that I know, Paul Sellers being one of them, and they will show you step by step what to do. But there's a lot, and once you start doing video editing, you see there's a lot that start out with one piece of timber, and when it's finished, all of a sudden it's a different bit of timber, and you go, oh, be very, very, mindful. Oh, I'm just going to pick this up. It's a long way down. Where there's change of camera shots. That's generally where they've made a mistake and they change shots. And I will admit, I've done it from time to time. Nothing major. And if I start out with a piece of timber, I'll end up with that piece of timber, or I will tell you that I've changed a piece of timber and why. The best thing you can do is practice. There's a lot of people turning dragon's eggs out of epoxy at the moment, and epoxy bowls, and they seem to be the flavour of the month. I'm here to tell you from personal experience, what you actually get to see on YouTube is not what actually happens. It's not as easy as people make out, and I don't know how much the epoxy cost, maybe $200 for 3 litres of stuff I was using. And I have wasted 3 litres trying to work out how to do it. I've now worked out how to do it, but you see a lot of people, and they'll use $800 worth of epoxy. And you think, oh, that's great, that really worked out well. If you don't know what you're doing, you can waste a lot of money. So to answer your question, yes, YouTube is a good place to learn woodworking if you find someone you trust and can believe, and you go out and practice what they do. And it's really good if they're approachable, and if you have a problem, you ring them up. Say, oh, I just saw your video, whatever, I tried that, didn't work, what am I doing wrong? I had a message from a chap the other day, I believe it was from the UK, and he said, whenever I cut box lids off, they never come off square. What am I doing wrong? Well, it's sort of like asking how long's a piece of string. And I wrote back, I said, well, how are you cutting them? Are you cutting them with a handsaw, a bandsaw, or a table saw? And he hasn't got back to me yet, but depending on what he's using, I can then say, okay, if it's a handsaw, it's a control issue, or your saw's not blunt. If it's a table saw, your fence isn't square. If it's a bandsaw, it's possibly blade wonder. So if you find someone that will help you and give the information like that, yeah, sure, the YouTube is great, but just to have a look at someone make something and say, oh, I can make that, yeah, no, I'm a little bit sceptical. That's not to say there aren't good people out there. I'm sure there are. The one pet hate I have, and I've detested, I've absolutely loathed wood turning for the best part of 30 years. I would do it if I have to. If I have to make table legs or chair legs, yeah, I'd turn them, but it wasn't something I would get out of bed to do because I enjoyed it. And then I was given a different lathe by a company to use, and it's the best lathe I've ever used, I've got to tell you. And I just, from then on, I love woodworking or wood turning. But the thing that really annoys me if you watch a wood turn is two things. A wood turning YouTube video, number one, they put it on high speed. So instead of you actually seeing their cutting, it's got jazzy music behind it and it's just sped up, which doesn't help you one little bit. And the other thing, which I don't know the channel's names, and if I did I wouldn't mention them, but you see someone, oh, I'm going to make a segmented bowl, and you go, oh, terrific, I'm interested in this. You watch it for half an hour, and then in the last 10 seconds it flies off the lathe, smashes on the floor, and he says, oh, well, that was disappointing. That has got to be one of my pet hates. You've just wasted an hour of my life, or half an hour of my life, on something that didn't work. If you'd said at the beginning of the video, look, I'll show you some good ideas, but it ends up in a monumental fail, yeah, fair enough. It's a bit like a lot of the blacksmithing videos that I watched earlier on when I started to, well, I'm still learning blacksmithing, but got into it. The best one for my money on blacksmithing is, depending on your age, I think, Alex Steele is very good, but he's a bit too jazzy for me. But that doesn't mean to say it's not excellent content, and he appears to be a really nice guy, but it's just a bit fast-paced. I like John Switzer, Black Bear Forge. And I don't know, he might be younger than me, but he just takes it really slow and explains exactly what he's doing and why he's doing it that way and what would happen if he, did something else another way. So, well, that was a long-winded answer. Did you expect to answer that long, Paul? All right. Oh, dear. Where we go? Ba-dum. Cheeky, chooky, mikey, bicky. Oh, that's it. Cheeky, chocky, bicky. Where is it? I've lost it. I nearly picked that up. I thought that was a joke, but it's not. It's a bit of wood turning. That's a bit of beef wood. It goes in a bracket. Here's me, Bicky. There's a difference. That one's got a mouthful out of it. Oh. Yeah, normally I do a morning stream, Ken, but this one came up because I was bored and I've got to get these things finished, and I thought the only way I'm going to get them done is if I go down the shed and I'll do a stream, and then I can talk to people while I'm working and eating chocolate biscuits. So I don't know when the next one will be. I would like to get back into a rhythm of it, but a little bit chaotic up here at the moment and hard to actually say, yes, definitely I can do it or I'm not going to do it. So unfortunately, mate, whenever I'm on, I'm on. Might be able to get a little bit more grounded in the new year, which would be nice. Louise, yeah, I saw. Remember, what? Oh, there you go, Paul. Thank you. What would you suggest to learn? Whereabouts? Over in Manly. Just give us a suburb, Paul. Quade, good morning. Oh, Springtown, Texas. G'day, Quade. How are you? Oh, that's awful formal, Mr. Hay. You can call me Steve, really. Honestly, I don't mind. Hey, I appreciate it. I don't mind. But you don't call me late for dinner. Oh, this one's going to be another one of those I'm going to... You see how all that... I don't know if it's because I'm leaving it too long, but it's going white. All right, I'll try a bit of that. Wax. Get me chocolate biscuit out of the way. Oh, it's squishy. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking Manly Wynnum. That's east, isn't it? It's all right. It's been a long day. Now, I can't remember which end I showed you, so I'll do both ends, all right? Just to prove that I was telling the truth. I've ummed and ahed and kicked around the idea of teaching, but I don't know. I might do some courses, do some courses in at Carbotech in the new year. I have been asked to, but I don't know. All depends on how things go and what I feel like, I'm guessing. These boxes, by the way, they're black bean with New Guinea rosewood, so that's all that white gunk. I can't remember if it was that side, but it's gone from that side and gone from that side. So it'll have another, I've got a couple more bits in there, but I'll get that eventually. As Basil, no, that wasn't Basil fault, it was Manuel, wasn't it? Eventually. Oh. Yeah, I don't like things that when I finish them, I don't like them to look as if I've just finished them. I like them to look as if they've been around for a while. Getting there. Oh, where are we going? Oh. Ah. See, what are you rubbing into those boxes? Are those the outside ones or the inside ones? And well, that's the outside of the box I'm rubbing. I'll show you what's going on the inside. If I can find one. Oh, I did have one here a minute ago. Where did I put it? Oh, dear. Okay. On the inside of the box, let's see. Can I get that? Yeah, on the inside of the box, we're getting a heart put in, and then there's some embroidery on this, which I'm not showing you, that actually goes into the heart. And that's a different line, and they're all going to be lined with leather on the bottom and cedar all the way around. So I've got another 12 of those to polish too, I think. big job. Where's this one? Do you have a video on cutting lids off with a bandsaw? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I have used bandsaws to cut a lid off. What I would normally do if I do, I'd use a resaw blade, which is a much heavier duty blade than a normal bandsaw. And I make sure I have a lot of tension on it because then it doesn't wander. My preferred way of cutting the box top off is with a table saw. And there you don't cut all the way through. You leave about 1/2 mil thickness, which is that thick, before you cut it off. The test I do is I use a knife like this, and which one are we on? Here you go. A knife like this, and if I can poke that blade through the uncut portion of the box, that will do me. And the reason for that is you've still got tension on the box and you're holding it apart. Whereas if you cut all 4 sides off on a table saw, the last little bit, the last 10 mil, you've got no outward support, so the box is actually going to jam on the blade and it will take a couple of mil out, and you've got a lot of work to build that up. Whereas if you do what I showed you there, cut around it, not all the way through it, just leave a paper thin piece of timber before you're through, and then you can cut that with a knife, and then you just sand it off really easily. That way you get a nice flat cut and your top and bottom will match perfectly, which is what you're looking for. Oh. The furthest I used to go to Ipswich, but now I think Springfield is about as far as I will go. And since I bought a coffee machine, I don't go to Springfield very often either. For me, YouTube has been extremely helpful when I'm in younger days. Oh, look, YouTube, don't get me wrong, YouTube is fantastic. There's a lot of things I have learnt on YouTube. But what I'm saying is just because you see something on YouTube, don't immediately think, oh, yeah, I could do that. Look at a few other people doing the same thing. If they're getting the same results, if they're telling you the same thing, yeah, go with that. But if you get someone, and some of them, they purposely just put stupid things up. And in some cases, downright dangerous. Doing stupid things with machines and particularly saws. And you can tell it's edited, but if the person that's watching it doesn't know that it's edited, and then they think, oh, I'm going to go and frighten my mates and do this, this will be a good laugh, and then they end up losing a finger, it's not good. I'll cut some leather shortly. What have I got? I've got this one, that one. Oh, another 5 to go. Still, once they're done, they're done. It's like flattening a plain sod. You only got to do it once. Once it's done, it's done. Oh, okay. Was it a men's shed sort of thing, or a different type of wood club, or what do they do out there, Paul? There we go. Do the top. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so he'll ring me in a minute. We could have a three-way hookup. You could be talking to Theo on Facebook, I'll talk to him on the phone, and we could all be talking on a stream. How's that? That's high tech. We have the technology. We need Max. Where's Max? I don't think Trevor will be on because I just saw a post of his power failure up there, so he's got no air conditioner and no computer. Oh. Oh, you scared the heck of me back when you had an issue with your voice. Yeah, oh, well, yeah, no, that's, yeah, look, it happens periodically, Ken. I've just been living with it for over 20 years now, and I just try not to let it get to me. But unfortunately, when, for no apparent reason, or I don't know, it just goes. Goodness knows what's been going on here in the last little bit. I reckon it would have gone, but no, apparently not. I still do woodwork, and I got you people, and you didn't mind. It was just I couldn't make a noise. Still, we give it a shot. Is that done? That's done too. Another one, and another one. I think I'll use steel wool on this one. I see the can of brasso, but the only brasso I'm familiar is I wouldn't use on wood. What's in the can? Brasso, mate. That's it. 100% brasso. Best stuff going. But I will say you've got to do a couple of other things. I'm not going straight onto wood. What I've got is, I've done many. I first of all put a de-wax bond sanding sealer on. I gave it several coats of that and then cleaned that up with steel wool. Then I sprayed it with a satin acrylic, and then I rubbed the acrylic back with 1500. Then I sprayed it again, and then I rubbed it back. I was rubbing it back with 2000, but now I've gone to steel wool, same thing. And then you can brasso that, and it will bring a beautiful luster to the acrylic. I call it poor man's French polish. If I've got someone and I'm doing a job and they can't afford to pay for a full French polish, I will do this, and it does. It looks 100 years old. It's brilliant. You can get stuff. I've got some Libron. Let me just see if I've got it up here. It might be up in the wood turning shed. No, I must have left it up. There's this other stuff Libron bring out, which is a fantastic product called burnishing. You can use that. And there's another one that's not designed for it, but it works really well. It's called Libron Ring Remover, and it does a startling job. But no, this is the old brasso. We used to have to polish our brass bits within the army, so same stuff. It doesn't work on enamel. Don't try it on enamel, for goodness sake. The only two things that I've had real success with is it works on French polish or shellac, and it works on acrylic. So there you go. It's something maybe you didn't know before. It's funny, I mean, the things you do, you've been doing them for so long. I've been using this method for 25 years, I think. Ever since I learnt French polishing, so that'll be, yeah, it's 25, 27 years. I've got something buzzing here. Oh, something's buzzing on my phone. What's buzzing? Oh, I got Theo Wheelbarrow. G'day, mate.
Yeah, how you going?
Mate, I'm good. I am. I got bored and I thought I'll come down and finish these boxes before I get on the music stand. And, and I thought, I don't want to do it, it's boring, so I thought, I'll stream.
Amazing.
And Ray said he was just talking to you on Messenger.
Yeah, I didn't realise he was watching you. He said, Steve wants you to call. And I thought, let's go and talk about YouTube and Facebook. And I thought, wow.
See,
amazing.
I'll hold the phone there. Everyone, say hello to Theo. Oh dear.
Still recovering from the big interview this morning on Meet the Woodturner. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, Theo, he's international. I'm lucky he wants to talk to me now. Mate, getting up at 5:30 in the morning would be enough for me, let alone having an interview as well.
You had to get up at 4:30.
Oh, no.
They have a bit of it. It's really good. They had a bit of a show and tell to start with, and it went really well. So.
No, they send me the brochure. I'll read it when I get up.
The worst thing is they recorded it, and you'll be able to watch it. It's probably like watching paint dry, but I was pretty chuffed that they even got asked. So it was nice. It was nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, onward and upward. So you're still playing with boxes?
Yeah, I've got 3 more. I'm just cutting back. And I might cut the leather out for the bottom. I'm looking to hopefully have them finished tomorrow. So then I can be free.
Okay. Hello. It says short catch-up video, woodworking masterclass is live. I wonder if we'll get feedback.
Oh, I was sure I changed it to a different one. I was doing boxes. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Oh, let's see, it says hello. Hang on.
No, there it is. It says box making, finishing some Christmas presents.
There you go. Louise says, hi, Theo.
Oh, yeah, now I can hear you with the delay. I better walk away from the laptop.
Oh, well, speak to me in the chat room while I'm still polishing.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Catch you later.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, isn't technology just awesome? You got to love it. James, you're back from Din Din's. Good on you. You could come out to the Woodcraft Club. Oh, that's a long way to travel. What would I have to do if I did, Paul? Captain Ken, I can see the can, says Brasso. Yeah, we've done that. It's metal polish is one of Steve's secret tricks. Oh, I see, James. It's out, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's the ammonia. That pungent odour, you can smell the ammonia, but I don't know, I can't smell it. So maybe I'm used to it, or my oral factors are gone. But here we go. Buff all these up. Steve, everyone I've known with that voice symptom didn't recover. Yeah, it's, I'm not going to go in the nuts and bolts, but it was a result of a stroke, and for some reason or other, it just comes and goes. I actually, it wasn't real good for many years, but I got too much to say to be quiet. What can I tell you? I thought that was me missus coming in to give me a hurry up. I've been known to use Canuba car wax polish. I assume Brasso odour does it leave the residual? No, it doesn't leave a smell at all. And I put a wax over the top. It just gives that really nice patina. And you know, that's something you normally get over many years of being used and handled. So look, I think car wax, is a little bit more aggressive in the abrasive stakes. The other thing I have been doing with wood turning is just getting a bit of pumice stone and mixing it with raw linseed oil and using that as an abrader, which that gives you quite a nice finish. There we go. I'm really worried when these tops all go white, but I'm fairly confident. I'm just going to test my theory again. You can see there's only one top, so I'll have to show you that. See how that's all got white stuff? All that is basically, it's the grain in the timber, it hasn't been filled sufficiently to allow it out. But by putting this is antique pine, doesn't matter what colour wax I use, providing it's a darker wax than the timber I'm using, it should meld in and disappear, which I think it has. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, there you go. And whenever you're polishing, always remember your final polish is to go with the grain, not across the grain. And, oh dear, there you go. Orgonski. So I should stress less and drink coffee more. I've got 3 more to do over here. Oh. Oh dear. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum. Ba-dee-da-dum. Oh. Oh. I'm telling you, this is a labour of love. Ah, where are we? Now I'm going to do it. I've decided this year is going to be, 2001 is the year of the bed. 1:15, Ken, go to sleep. Brasso will strip the thin layer of lacquer and it will have to be polished every day or re-lacquered. No, it won't. Once that lacquer's hard, because acrylic is really hard, it won't strip it. It just burnishes it, basically, which is nice. I'm sort of thinking I should give this another coat, but I don't know. I might. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, that one's all right. I don't know. I'll just keep doing them. Avery, g'day, how are you? Joey, howdy. See how the Woodturning, so many ways to communicate. Yeah, having a coffee's a good one. Oh dear. Is that me looking good or the box is looking good? Because mate, I tell you, my back is giving me jip. Oh dear. Let's get all this out the way and then tomorrow, easy time. I don't know whether to put a brand in the bottom of these or just leave them. I think I might just leave them. I don't know. Avery, g'day. I saw your video on perfect pinching. I was wondering if there is a box. Yeah, look, there's a lot of them. If you have a look at season 2, Woodworking Masterclass, you'll see me actually making these boxes, which I made 14 years ago. And also a solid timber box with a floating panel lid. If I can get over there, just excuse I for a minute. Oh, if I can find it, Oh, but dear. Oh, I'm looking forward to having a tidy shed one day. Oh, I don't know when that's going to be, but anyway. And making this box here, which I'll blow some of the dirt off it. There you go. So how to make, that's a solid timber box. And these ones are veneer. So it shows you how to make both of them. And the reason I have so many of these boxes was when we made the show, they came, and that's before I had my own production company. They came out, the TV station came out, and they filmed the entire series in 2 days, which meant I had to have all the different stages of the boxes done, and to do that particular show I had to make 36 identical boxes. There was 18 veneered boxes, which I'm doing now, and 18 solid timber boxes, all in different stages of construction. So then we could just move in. And it looked as if it took me 6 weeks to make. In actual fact, it took me about 10 weeks to do. But that's the joy of TV. So Avery, if you want to know, yes, and there's also another video, where's that one? Making a hexagonal box, which I did have around here somewhere. No, it's gone, tatas. But yeah, making a 6-sided box, and at the moment I'm working on a 7-sided box. So lots of box videos for you to watch if you want to know how to make a box. Yeah, well, I've come to expect that. Oh, mate, you want to see some rejects? I've got some rejects all around the shed. Friday over, mate, I don't. Oh, I might be down to you on my favourite store on Friday. Yeah, I know I've got to go to North Brisbane, but I don't know if that's going to be Friday or Thursday. But I will let you know, mate, and we'll catch up for a caffeine. Sounds good. Put that brand on them, Steve. Leave more than just to see. Yeah, oh, that's true. I've got a couple of brands. I've got one which, this is my creative brand. These are native bee boxes, so it's just Stephen K. And then I have, oh, I've got another one down here. Here you go. Oh, and then that's a Woodworking Masterclass brand. So I might put the Woodworking Masterclass brand on it, seeing they were made for Woodworking Masterclass. That sounds like a sterling idea. But I just don't know where to put it because this is veneer on the bottom and I don't want to burn through the veneer because that would look not so nice. But I'm thinking, what's today? Oh, today's only Monday, isn't it? There you go. Oh, I think I'll do a stream again tomorrow. There you go. I will do another one tomorrow when I can come down here and do some more of this. It'll just be me dribbling, but by all means ask questions. And that way I can get these darn things done. And then I've got another box that I've got to repair that came in 12 months ago to get fixed. So I'll get around to finishing it. It's nearly finished, I think. I'll just put the glass in it. But I much prefer on working on current things. I hate... That's another thing. You do commission for people and then they reckon through whatever circumstances and then you got to repair them, and I'm not in the same mindset as I was when I made it. It's very hard, very hard. on there. That's better. I thought I had a problem, but I was wrong. I didn't. Actually, I do have another video which I'll put up later in the week, and it's if you make a mistake while you're putting the hinges in, it shows you how you can make some more wood and have a second go so it's not completely ruined. So I think the two biggest pressure points in box making is cutting the lid off and setting the hinges, both of which are fixable, but that's going to cause you the most amount of pain, I think. Okay. Oh, what was that? Excuse me, I keep shade comes on the floor just in case I drop anything. So, yeah, good. Yeah, I know. Nah, come on, be honest, Theo. Theo, I've been in Theo's workshop. Theo keeps shavings on the floor, so if he drops anything, he doesn't have to bend down to pick it up. He just reaches down and picks it up. Now, I'm not saying he's got a lot of shavings there, but I'm waiting for a comment now. Oh, okay. Oh, last three. No, I'm not going to cut any leather out after this. I'm going to call it a day. I've got to do the hearts too, but I'll do them tomorrow because I really am starting to get weary of limb and sinew. Here we go. Hook in. Yeah, the only downside with that, Theo, is Bob grabs him, then I've got to go and chase him, and 9 times out of 10, then I've got to remake it because he's chewed it. Little mutt was out there catching lizards this morning and eating them. Poor little lizards. He'll still expect me to feed him tonight. Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, ba-dum. Hey, that scraper, Theo, there's no way in the world I'm turning that into a skew, mate. It's too nice a scraper. I've picked up a Robert Sorby 1.25 inch. That's so nice. I asked Theo if he had a tool I could make an 1.25 inch skew chisel out of. And he gave me this 1.25 inch scraper, and I thought, oh, fair enough, but I used the scraper, and no way in the world, it is so nice. That's like giving someone a Porsche because they wanted a number plate bracket, you know. Oh, can I have the number plate bracket? Yeah, I'll take the Porsche. Oh no, I'll keep the number plates on that thing very much. Now, what was that kept together? Now, if I decide to try that finishing technique, I'll have to make something. Yes. Oh, curses. There's always a problem, isn't there? But remember, don't use enamel because it won't work. Acrylic, and I find satin gives you the best response. If you use gloss and then you use this, you'll actually dull the gloss down. And if it's not even, it looks disgusting. But if you use satin, it comes up quite nicely. And out of the corner of my eye, I spy the woman of my life, the one that I just love the most, and was saying nice things about. You're going to come along and say hello to everybody? Oh no, I just need. Well, you was having a snooze. You tell me porky pies too. She tells me I only sleep with one pillow. You had 2 pillows behind your neck, and
I think I had 3.
and you were flat on your back, and you were calling the cows home.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I thought, no, I'm going down the shed. I can't work in this noise. How you going, China?
Yeah, I'm going.
Who we got? Theo's on, Ray's on, Louise is on, I think.
Hi,
So
everyone.
I thought, I've got to come down here and this has to be done.
Yeah.
So if I talk to people, then I don't get, called mad because I'm talking to myself.
Love a good snooze. Yes, I'm with you, James.
T-Bone says, Sue!
Yes, hi, T-Bone.
That was terrible. We missed her. She was away for a week. It was the longest week of my life. I had to do the washing up, the cleaning, the washing of the clothes, the making of the beds.
It was the longest week of my life, too.
Yeah, and she didn't have to do any of that. But anyway.
No, I did do all that stuff.
Oh, you did, but it wasn't for you, was it?
No.
No, we won't go into that.
No.
Oh, dear. So I'm just going to brasso these 2.
Yeah.
And then I was coming up and I thought that orange leather at the bottom will go nicely with that there. And she's changed direction with quilts. She's doing all these new weird quilts. I'm going to stream tomorrow morning because I want to finish this off. And you can come down and show them all you. It's all applique stuff, so it's pictures, making pictures with pictures. But it's good. It was Wes's birthday the other day, yesterday I think it was. But I don't think Wes is on, but he'll see, won't he? Oh dear, oh dear. Are you hot? Is it still stinking hot outside?
It is still stinking hot, yes.
Oh, it's revolting.
No, he's not in trouble, Captain Ken.
Why? He's waiting for how he refers to it, just so we'll know if he's in trouble. Oh no, this is old girl. This is old girl. All good. When I go, my darling wife Sue, that's when I'm in trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right, well, I've just made the salad, so...
Oh, good. Did you get some corned beef?
I've got some out.
It was shingle.
And I've cut some ham.
Good, yeah, I'm more a beef person, but
yeah,
I know you like the ham. I was thinking ham fritters. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it's all good. All right, Chookie, I'll just do these 2 and I will be up. Is the aircon on in the house still?
Yes.
Good.
I came out of the bedroom and they were rushing and turned it off because it was so cold in the house.
Oh, yeah, I prefer it too cold than too hot. Oh, we got to see if we can get that remote control going. Yeah, we got several air conditioners in the house, but the main one that does the entire house, it didn't work for 12 months. And then, I don't know, I was having to fiddle around with it outside, and all of a sudden it started to work, but the remote control doesn't work. So it's stuck on freezing, full speed, but it cools the house down nicely, which is good. She's gone, Earl, but I'll pass them on. Oh, no, actually, her name isn't Susan, it's Sue. S-U-E, that's what she was christened. I was giving her a hard time and say, well, did your parents have to pay per letter when they got you registered? But no, it's Sue. That's it. She was christened Sue and her mother called her Jane. Go figure. I haven't worked that one out yet, but there you go. It's the way it is. And I know better than to argue. Because it's even when I think I'm right, I'm not. You know what I'm talking about, Thea. Oh, look at that. Downhill run. You cannot believe how happy I am. La-da-da-dum. Yes, I don't know what time I'll come on tomorrow. Might be, I don't know, about 10 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if there's anything you want to know, make a note when I come on. Just give me a gentle reminder. Well, it won't be a reminder if I didn't know the question to start with, would it? Oh, here we go. Lucky last. Hey, I'll tell you what, I am surprised I didn't get into trouble for nicking these nappies, because I found them in the shed. And the way my mind works is if it's in the shed, it's mine. But the way Susie's works, if it's something she wants, no, I'm not allowed to use it. But she doesn't mark it, something I want. She just puts it in the shed. And I go, yep, that'll do. Top of, it's got to be in the 40s up here, James. Easy peasy, but the humidity is foul. Theo, if you're still on, how hot is it where you are, mate? It is just revolting. It really is. Boom, da, da, dum, boom, ba-doo, boom. All right, lucky last coming up. Oh, then when they're done, I'm actually going to take them up to the top shed, because in the top shed I have a heat shrink station, and I'm just going to heat shrink plastic all the way around them, so then they won't get marked. Susanna, I call her Susanna sometimes. I don't know, did I make a comment about that? If I call her Susan, I'm in trouble. They used to be, I could always tell at home if I was in trouble, it's Stephen, and they give you a full name, like you forget your surname. Stephen, hey, come here this instant. Well, how many other Stephens live in this street, you know? If any of them got half a brain, they change the name and take off. Well, that sounds like my brain first thing in the morning when I tell you what I did this morning. I got out of bed and I kicked the sheet. You know when the sheet's tucked in and you can't get out of bed, you've got to kick the sheet out. Well, I kicked the sheet out, but it wasn't tucked in. And I kicked the wall. Oh, heck, it hurt. Just bang. Oh, what did you do that for? Oh, well, I was planning. All night I thought, I think I'll break my toe when I wake up. That'd be really cool. I haven't done that for such a long time. I made a mistake and hurt myself. Oh, that's not acceptable. Oh, look at this. Can't believe it. Last one. Yeah, how hot is it out there, Theo? Because at least you'll be getting a bit of a sea breeze, I suppose. It's 28 degrees in here and I've got the air conditioner on. There's 49% humidity, so the humidity's gone up since I've been started. Look at that. Oh, all done. Done and dusted. Oh. I might just cut one bit of leather out, then I'll know what I've got to cut out for tomorrow. Why isn't that working? Ah. 5 degree, mate, I'll tell you, we'll trade off. You give me some of that, Ken, and I'll give you some of what we got here, and we'll both be pleasantly surprised. Hey, Bill, how you going? That's a good one, Ken. Bill, how you going? Made to 6 today in parts of Canada, a bit of a heat wave. Oh, I'd be wading me trunks and shorts and nothing on me feet and going down for a slide on the local skating ring. I think it was 6 degrees. Yeah, right. What did I say I was going to... Oh, get some leather. There you go. Wait a minute. I'll just move this trimmer out of the way and get something over here. That'll do. Okie dokie. Now, if this is going to work, it's going to work. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, so I can't do that. I'll do it tomorrow. 13 little boxes. Go on, Theo, give us a chorus of little boxes, little boxes. Don't want to cut this hide up, which is obviously leather. Going to have the suede side up, and then these are the inserts that are going to go into those hearts. So it's pretty close to being the same colour, which I'm happy with that. And that is a job for tomorrow. Yeah, it might be the best thing in a workshop. Maybe I'll tell you, I'll know it's working when I go outside, but at the moment, it doesn't feel like it. Well, that's it. I've done what I set out to be, and I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my little heart for keeping me company and motivating me to get that finished. So tomorrow, I've got to cut the leather out and sort all the linings out because they all have cedar lining. And then when I've done that, I don't know, I'll see what else I have to do. But I don't hold me to it, but I reckon I might come down about 10 o'clock and do a bit of streaming if you're there. Love to have your company. If you're new and you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button because I really want to get to 100K. No, for other reason that I've actually done something worthwhile in my life, and there's some numbers to prove it. But that's about it. Can't think of anything else. If you've got any questions, by all means, message me or send me an email, admin@woodworkingmasterclass.com.au. I'll answer them as best I can. I look forward to having your company again soon. If you're in a hotspot area or whatever you call high risk area, wherever you are, please take care. If you've got to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you've got to stay inside, stay inside. But just be kind to people that annoy you, because I think at this particular stage in the world's evolution, everyone is a wee bit on the stress side, and if you can make an extra smile, you might just make someone's day. So this is Steve pulling the shed door down. I'll just catch up in the chat before I pull it totally down. Not for that, I've got to put my glasses on. I got several coloured hides too. All right, thanks, Ken. Yeah, I'll catch you through the week, Theo. Hopefully the end of the week we'll catch up for coffee. That'll be good. So this is Steve pulling the shed door down, saying remember to keep it sharp, but more importantly, keep it safe. Look after yourself, be kind to each other. And whatever you do it to the best of your ability on any particular day. Enjoy what you do, and if you can, live between your ears. It's the only place you've got control over. So till we meet again on the next stream, God bless. Catch you later. This is Steve going up to the aircon house. Bye for now.